different. If poor decision-making by referees is truly random, then it would affect all clubs equally over a large enough sample, because incompetence has no pattern. Does anyone disagree with me on that?
You would think that would be the case, yes.
Well,
Okay.
well,
So,
I would suggest I would suggest that when you get this, you then get into that. This is also subjective. I mean, and what constitutes a
let me
penalty
address
in a
that.
mod.
Let me address that, Matthew. Let me try and deal with that point. Okay. What I have uncovered is a pattern of assistance for one club, not an old firm thing, but for one club. All the data is public, as I say, apart from some StatsBomb data, which I'll call out. So if you just will let me go through some of this in terms of what are the patterns here. So, I mean, the penalty thing is ludicrous in a sense. I mean, 71 matches, and before that, actually, there was a wee flurry of 2 or 3 penalties that were awarded against Rangers. Before that, it was 44 games. I mean, the only club that's even come close to that are FC Barcelona, who are under investigation for referee fixing. John Beaton called it a statistical anomaly that couldn't be explained. There's no other club in the top 20 leagues in Europe that didn't concede a penalty last season. Rangers have benefited by around about 26 expected points from red cards and penalties net, the ones that they received versus against, and Celtic have benefited by about 5 points. That's 5 times the difference. And Celtic, in that period, have been the dominant team by some distance. That is a pattern of assistance for one team. A bit more data. Looking at, how do you win a penalty? Well, you need to get into the box, right? So very simplistically, if you look at the number of times teams get into the box and then how many penalties did they win, I'll cut to the chase. Celtic concede a penalty every 68 opposition possessions in the box. So if you're the opposition, you get into the box 68 times, on average, you'll get a penalty. How much is it for Rangers? 178 times. You've got to get into the Rangers box 178 times before you'll get a penalty on average. That's 2.5 times different. If poor